I've been ridiculously productive because I'm watching Love Island. I've like tidied my room, painted my nails.
I was not expecting Love Island to be the reason you're tidying your room, but hey, should we start?
I think we should. Wow, that was very on sync. In sync, whatever it is.
Oh
Damn.
gosh, that clap.
Oh, that was impressive.
Hello.
Hello. Welcome back to episode. Is this episode 6?
It is episode 6 of the SketchPad Pod.
SketchPad Pod.
We wanted to have a little bit more of a structured introduction, but knowing us,
didn't quite make it. Look, it's the thought that counts. Ooh. My reference photo's gone, and instead there's a falafel burger recipe.
I mean, it was a tasty falafel burger.
I just made us dinner. I made us homemade bread and homemade falafel burgers.
Yeah, can I put it out there that Honor is the chef out of the two of us?
Yeah.
I cannot cook.
Leisha,
I can cook stir
you
fry.
made me a good stir fry.
Honor's like, yeah, the only thing you can make is stir fry, but you can make
a bomb stir fry.
Love that.
And what else do you need in life?
Exactly. I love that mantra.
all you need in life is a bomb stir fry.
Oh gosh, how's your week been, Honor?
Oh, I thought you were asking the audience.
Oh, how's your week been, guys?
Cool.
Love that.
Yeah, mine's been excellent. Had exams all week.
Oh, you gotta love exams.
You just don't.
No.
So I had, exams all week. I think they all went pretty well. Had a bit of a panic. That's a nice way of putting it. On Tuesday.
Yeah, I feel like
because I
people
thought
would be
I
okay.
had an exam.
Gosh.
And I was stressing all day. And then I turned up to the lesson. I even emailed the teacher, like, can I just double check that it's on this topic? And then I turned up to the lesson and turned out the exam was today.
Oh gosh.
So at least it wasn't, to
Stressing
be
for
fair,
nothing.
at least it wasn't the other way round that I thought we had an exam
Yeah,
today and it was actually
yeah.
on Tuesday. So
That is fair enough.
What about you? How's your week been?
Yeah, I mean, it's been... I think we're both going through, like, a stressful time period, because it's, like, the end of the year, you got to get the stuff done, whether you like it or not.
Yeah, and, like, when the first episode of the pod we filmed, Leisha turned up, and, like, we were all ready, and, like, Leisha had already drawn out her... like the outline and like done a bit of like preliminary painting, I'm pretty sure.
I'd done a like mini sketch like, beforehand.
And like now we literally turn up and we're like I don't even know what I'm doing.
Yeah, I saw Honor yesterday and I was like, have you prepared? She was like, no. She was like, have you? I was like, no. Obviously not.
Sorry. Sound effect. That was me.
That was some intense standing.
Knocking the paint to the bottom to the top of the paint tube.
Yeah. Should we explain what we're doing?
It's
today?
a big paint tube.
Yeah.
It's more like a jar.
So we're painting today. Are we both
in
using
acrylic? Whoa, acrylic buddies.
Crazy. I am going to be painting one of my favourite people, Iris Apfel. She is a babe, if you don't know her. So, I can't move my photo because the tripod's on it. Anyway, there you go, there's the outline. For people who are watching the video. For audio listeners, just search up Iris Apfel.
She's very cool.
She is this like...
She's basically like a high fashion type icon, and she's like
she lives
90.
in New York. I think she's like 94 or something now.
She's so cool, and she's very well known for massive glasses.
Yeah.
And like bright bold colours. And...
Yeah, she quite often has either red or black round glasses, and yeah, they're just so cool. It's a mood, and I want to be her.
Yeah.
When I'm 90, like, honestly.
Yeah, she is cool.
And I just wanted to do something that was fun, because, yeah, like Honor said, it's been a long week.
It's been a long week. So I am painting lemons literally for no reason whatsoever.
Lemons,
other than
though.
the fact that I wanted to paint lemons. So that's that.
I've painted lemons before. They make a very good still life.
Yeah.
So,
I'm doing it in a bit of a free casual style.
We'll see what that style turns out as.
I know.
Yeah.
Oh, Alicia's dad pointed out that in episode 1, when I was talking about my favourite painting, which is Monet, I called it a Picasso, which is quite a key issue to make, considering I didn't actually know the name of the painting. So all I had to say was that it was a Picasso, and it wasn't a Picasso. like
So
I looked at the
shout
comment.
out to Tim for correcting.
for calling me up.
Calling me out, yeah. Oh,
yeah.
I really put my my brush in my tea. That would be bad.
I actually don't have tea today, which is very off-brand. Like, I know it's kind of
sad times.
Leisha looks up at the camera, and the only times we like look up and just stare at the camera is when there's been a technical problem. Like, we'll literally, like, if it cuts out, we literally both just look up and are like, oh dear.
Dear. No, I was just wanting to see how the singular tea was looking.
All right.
Although we do have a couple of mugs for paint water.
Yeah.
Obviously. But enough with the rambling, I think, today. Should we get into...
Yeah, we're 9 minutes in. That's...
What? Oh, gosh.
We really talk for England. Like, I won't lie, the first or second episode, we were like, I don't know if we'll be able to talk for that long. And then literally 45 minutes later, we were like... We haven't covered all our points.
No. And I don't think we're going to cover all the points today, but I
Nah.
think this is one that we can like stretch over a couple of episodes. We might come back to it at some point,
yeah.
you know? But it is our top pop culture recommends.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
What would you describe as pop culture?
I feel like it's
Yeah, I hit you with that question.
Yeah, you hit me with that. I think it's basically sort of media or things that as a society we like consume as entertainment.
Gotcha.
I mean, feel free to be like, Alicia, you use that in completely the wrong context. But
if you want to tell us that, why don't you check out our Instagram page?
Oh!
At SketchPad Pod.
Yeah.
Segue. Oh, no, it's not a segue. Plug!
Yes, plug. We're getting busy on Instagram at the moment.
That is the most horrible phrase I've ever heard.
Gosh.
Influencer life. No, I'm joking.
No, we're on like 30 followers, so I hardly think we're influencers. But
Your mum followed us this week.
Oh, did she? Oh.
Shout out to Aunt Lisa. Hope you're listening to this while making
A.R.
risotto.
Hetherington Books.
Yes.
Go check her out.
Yes.
But yeah, no, so hit up our Instagram. There will be photos, as always, of our work from this week. But we're not actually going to be talking about Instagram or social media.
No.
We've already done an episode on that.
Whoa.
We're going to be talking about other forms of media that we might consume as entertainment.
These are our recommendations. You might not like them, but we do. And we thought we'd let you know just because, you know, who doesn't want to hear about a new... Sorry, that was me pouring water into my mug. Because I had a paint water mug, but I didn't...
Oh, gosh.
Leisha dropped a paintbrush. I had a paint water mug, but I didn't put anything in it. So it was a mug.
Wow. Really interesting. Okay.
Tell it again.
And let's take a breath and get into our first topic or list of recommendations.
Yes.
Do you have your notes with you?
Of course I do.
Great.
I make notes because I'm a prepared podcastian.
Ooh.
That's not a word.
Fancy term. Yeah, so should we start off with YouTubers?
Yeah.
That might be a good one. So, I mean, I don't really know much about the YouTubers you watch. Apart from, I feel like one of my recommends you watch as well. So
Got
maybe we start there.
Yeah.
And
Well, I don't know who it is. So.
Yeah, so drum roll.
Why not?
It is Sophia Nygaard. Do you still watch her?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I love her.
Yeah. So I guess we should try and like explain a little bit.
So she
about
was
what they
part of BuzzFeed, and then for various reasons, like left BuzzFeed. But she's so funny, and she's just really like unique and quirky. And this is your recommendation, so
No.
take over.
That's a great start. Yeah. So she used to be on BuzzFeed. She was very funny, and so I tended to watch those BuzzFeed videos because she was in it.
Yeah. I think a lot of people did, because literally she got her own YouTube channel, and like literally in about 2 weeks she gained like 3 mil subs.
I know.
So
crazy.
Everyone knew her.
But she definitely deserves it. She comes up with like just really unique
there's just
concepts.
Very unique ideas. So like recently she did like a making soap art, and it was just.
And the thing is, she's just like not ashamed of being like, I don't know how to do this, but we're gonna go for it.
Yeah.
And
she and her now fiance, Tyler seems to be like behind the scenes, but like and like filming and stuff. But he's also like chats
quite a
and
big character on her channel.
They just do really fun things.
Yeah, I really liked her series where she would dress up for the different decades, and she'd like do several outfits, but she researches her videos really well, so she'd explain all of the different like trends of the decades, and like why she was wearing what she was wearing, and then she'd like take it out on the streets and see how she
essentially does like a lot of like sort of fashion, creative, clothing brand like reviews or like try-ons, but like it's always like a little bit wacky, and in like quite a fun way.
So if you like fashion, if you like a bit of comedy, and if you like cute cats, then it's probably for you.
Yeah, she's cool.
But yeah, what about you?
So I've actually only written down one recommendation. I know I watch a lot of YouTube. I have YouTube on in the background a lot, so after school, like if I'm having a snack, I'll watch it. So two girls I watch, they have a joint channel. They're like two best friends called Sophia and Cinzia, and like they're basically like sort of fashion, beauty, like that kind of YouTubers, but they have really long videos, and they're like just quite funny, and they just chat a lot, and they go on like massive segues, and it's basically just a really nice thing to have on in the background. So like they'll do like sort of clothing hauls and that kind of thing, and individually like I wouldn't be that fussed about it if it were any like YouTubers, but just because of their like personalities, it's just quite a nice like sort of background noise, and they're really cool. Just if you're like doing some art or something. To be honest, I don't think it would be for some people, but like some people might enjoy it.
Yeah, so it's quite a like chatty style.
Yeah, defo.
Sort of thing.
Yeah.
Nice. Well, I mean, I put down a few, but like
go for them all.
Okay,
why not?
Wow. So
well, treat us.
So one was the art assignment.
I haven't heard of this.
Oh, well, Honor, you should definitely check them out. For anybody that's interested in art history, this is the YouTube channel for you. They just they do videos ranging from like contemporary art to like more historical based, movements and things. And they just do really like informative videos, but they have really interesting like visuals, and I just find the way they talk is really easy to understand, but it's also
that's good.
They have voiceover. You have to have a good voice. You need to be sort of interested and to be hooked. So she has a really nice voice, and she just has really interesting thoughts on a whole range of different art, and they're like quite unbiased in the sense of they're not going to be like, oh, this art is terrible. Or this. So they do a whole series on like the case for conceptual art, the case for copying art.
Gosh,
Like stuff that might be a bit more controversial in the art world. So yeah, really like that. I'm not going to dwell on this one that much, but Yes Theory, I mentioned them in a previous episode. I will link them down below. Group of guys do a whole bunch of like wacky videos, challenges, all around the idea of seeking discomfort.
And like saying yes to
things that you'd normally say no to. So yep, definitely check them out. And
I've thought of another recommendation.
Go for it.
There's a girl I really like called Best Dressed. She's kind of just like a like fashion kind of YouTuber, but she's like really unique, and she's not like she's like just herself in a way, but she's really cool, and you can tell she puts a lot of effort into her videos.
Oh, nice.
And she's like all down for sustainable fashion, which we love.
We do love that.
I literally Beauty Within, talking about factual, this is what reminded me of this. Beauty Within, two girls who like really, really know the science behind sort of skincare and things. So like they properly know what, like toners and what moisturizers do. And it's like actually really interesting to like break it down like that, because it helps you to understand like one of the things they were saying is like they have little sort of diagrams, like little animations that they do. So it was saying like about moisturizers, and it was saying like a lot of people skip the moisturizer, as like if they put on like oils or serums or anything, they're kind of like, oh, like I don't need a moisturizer now, and they were like explaining why it's so important that you do still have it. And it's just really interesting to like, because I feel like we're kind of bombarded by like, you should be doing this and like you should be doing that and you've got to wear sun cream and blah blah blah, and it's like actually interesting to find out like why, and they give like good product recommendations and that kind of thing. Cool. I just think it's pretty interesting.
That sounds really useful, because you get so many different like different skincare routines.
And it's
like,
kind of like what do I do?
And it's like there's so many different options, but if you know like more of the science behind it, that would hopefully help.
And
my last one was going to be Troye Sivan. I hope I pronounced that right. But I only recently started watching her, and she's basically, as far as I can tell, she's like a photographer, filmer, and she does a load of those like videos where she'll like interact with strangers. A lot. It's at like colleges in America, and she'll ask them like different questions and get like strangers' responses. Or she did a whole video series on like asking strangers to call their crushes, which can be quite funny to watch. So yeah, I just like the sort of the style, and I think it's like you can tell that she's clearly like passionate about what she does.
That's really good.
Yeah.
And the last one is Mango Street. They're really cool. It's basically like photography and like filming, but their whole thing is like giving you the information in a short amount of time, so they don't like waffle on. So most of their videos are like under 5 minutes, and it will be like tips to how to do this transition in like videos, but they just give you the facts, and they say it really like not really really fast so you can't understand it, but like fast in a good way.
Cool.
Right, next category.
What do you want to do? Put you on the spot there.
Podcasts.
Oh,
you listen to a lot of podcasts. This is probably going to be more Alicia, because it's not that I do enjoy podcasts. I haven't found many that I've loved, but basically I cycle into college, so I can't listen to anything for most of my journey, and then I cycle into Godalming and then walk 15 minutes up the hill. So it's, by the time I get there, it's kind of like just like put some music on or something. It's not really worth starting a podcast.
But I drive to college. I have about an hour's commute there and then back. So I love a good podcast.
You do.
So I have a few. So I'll start with This American Life, which for all like podcast listeners, like you probably will have heard of American Life even if you haven't listened to them. It's basically just a series of stories told each week based on different themes. And so it is an American podcast. It's in the name. But like, I think the stories are told in a way that it's not just for Americans.
No.
It's accessible for all. And it just is a broad range of stories, and they can be like really interesting to listen to.
So we listened to one in the car, didn't we?
Yeah.
And it was like really wacky because it was all of, what was the theme that week?
I can't even remember.
It was just all of them are vaguely linked to a one theme, but there's basically just random interesting stories.
Yeah.
Just like about people, about they're really like wacky, and like the one we listened to, it was about like who can have the most children in this place.
There was this like guy who died, and in his will he said he'd leave a certain amount of money to the woman in like his the area where he lived that had the most children in the next 10 years. So then there was this weird scenario of there suddenly being like this competition that these women were almost like thrown into without any sort of decision on their part.
Yeah.
If they already had a certain amount of kids, they were in the running to get this amount of money. And so it was a very odd like competition.
And it got a bit sad because obviously the woman who really, to be fair, needed the money because they were quite poor would then have more children in their attempt to win it. And obviously then like a lot of them didn't win it and would have a lot of children. So it's quite like not a sad, but it's quite like do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, it's intense story.
Yeah.
And, it was like actually real people's lives were involved, and you kind of hear those stories and you're like, how could that have ever actually happened in your life? But yeah, so it is a good listen.
It is interesting, yeah.
And then another one is quite an upbeat one, is David Tennant does a podcast with. I love a bit of David Tennant.
I know you do.
Yeah. My favourite Doctor. All controversial.
Someone get us started on it.
But he basically has just started a podcast series where he'll like interview other celebs that he knows. And I don't know all of the people on it, but he interviewed Jodie Whittaker, the current Doctor, and he interviewed Catherine Tate, who played Donna, and like so lots more. But yeah,
not that he doesn't just do people from the series.
No, but obviously I know those people. So, he interviewed. I've forgotten her name. It's the one from the Favourite. Have you heard of that?
I have, but I haven't watched it.
Yeah. Anyway, she's hilarious. But yeah, so it's just light-hearted, fun interviews. And because they're like all friends, so I feel like they're...
It's not like an awkward like, so tell me where you grew up.
Yeah, it's good.
It's like fun.
Oh, and he interviews the guy that plays Gandalf.
Oh yeah, I don't know his name, but actually yeah.
Yeah, that's
Him.
good.
I did have a podcast recommendation.
Go on.
It's called Ear Hustle. I mean, you recommended it to me. Did
I now?
You did, and last time I told you this, you couldn't remember either.
Gosh.
It's basically, so it's a guy who's incarcerated in San Quentin.
Yeah.
In America somewhere. It's a prison, and he does a podcast with a lady who like comes in, and she's done a lot of other podcasts like Serial, which is like a true crime, which I did really enjoy. I'd recommend that. So that's like a true crime, and then so it's basically just about like prison life and sort of unknown rules and like not like regulations, but like what like really like the social codes that
Yeah.
the people there know.
I did listen to that for a while. I don't know why. I guess I think I listened to it on my old phone and I didn't add it onto my new one. But yeah.
It's the sort of thing that I like really got into and then stopped listening to, but you know, I might pick it up again. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Shall we move on? I think
so.
I think so.
What should we go for?
Music?
Yeah, I didn't do very well with this one, but
really?
I will.
Are you someone who listens to just songs, or do you listen to like whole albums?
So, on the whole, I listen to pre-made playlists by Spotify because if I make a playlist, I listen to it too much and I get sick of it. So I tend to just pick Spotify playlists and like listen to them. So, but then there are a couple of artists that I'll like listen to everything of theirs, and if I particularly love an album, I'll listen to the whole thing.
Yeah.
So
I do make my own playlists. I tend to do it on a sort of yearly basis. I like make a new playlist about halfway, three-quarters of the way through the year. I guess I do understand getting sick of some songs, but it's just the way I've always done it. I find it easy.
Your playlists are nice. I like them.
Why, thank you. I do pride myself on a good playlist. But I have recently been trying to listen more to like whole albums or dedicating time to just listening to one artist's like range of songs. And so I've got a few musicians.
Hit us.
So recently I went and saw Frank Turner.
Did you?
I did.
You did? I forgot about that. How was it?
Oh, it was great. It was really great. So Frank Turner was headlining at Camden Rock Festival the other weekend.
My name's Nisha and I'm indie. I go to Camden Rock Festival.
Wow, she's not bitter.
Not as bitter as you were about me cutting down your jeans.
Yeah, let's not bring that up. Okay, it's still painful. But no, in all seriousness, I did go to Camden Rock. It was a lot of fun. And okay, yeah, it's probably it was mainly like middle-aged people, and then
oh, was it?
Yeah, and then like me and my boyfriend, and we're just like, cool, that's fine. But yeah, so Frank Turner would definitely be a recommend. He's a bit more, it's like rock, but kind of acoustic rock vibes. It's very good. I don't know how to
rock vibe.
His music is rock vibes, but acoustic. That's the best way I know how to describe it.
Sounds good to me.
But yeah, so he's one. Do you have one?
Khalid or Khalid. I assume it's Khalid. I just really like his music. It's very like. See, he was on a indie R&B playlist, so apparently that's what we'll go with. Not really. He's
I wouldn't call him that.
What is going on now? Oh no, don't worry. We're still recording. I just thought it stopped. He's just pretty chill. I enjoy it. It's nice.
Good.
Yeah, it literally, like, the thing with music is it's like, this is our recommendation, like, listen to it or don't, like,
yeah,
this, you know.
I'm not going to sing it for you.
I'm not singing it for you, so.
I have one which I feel like I might have played you some, Honor, so you can tell me if you remember. But Odette, she...
yeah, the name rings a bell.
So, like, my top songs would be Watch Me Read You and Lotus Eaters. I can't explain. She's just, it is like quite a like chilled vibe.
Most of what I listen to, if I'm like specifically listening to a person, is like very chilled. It's like, you know, indie. Love Conan Gray.
Oh yeah, we wanted to go see him in concert, but
the tickets were sold out and there was problemos.
But you know, we love you anyway, Conan. Next time.
Next time. Troye Sivan went to his concert.
Yeah.
It was really good.
Well, you got inspired for your denim jacket.
Oh, I did actually, yeah. That was where the lyric was from. And I hadn't actually even listened to his whole album when I went to see him.
Shocking.
I know.
Fine.
My friend Daphne was so good. She was like telling me the chorus lyrics before the song so I could sing along.
Oh, that's so cute.
So I was like still bopping. That was a really good night actually.
Yeah.
I don't know who else.
Well, my last one would be Ella Fitzgerald.
Oh yeah, you love her.
So
I need to listen to her.
My music taste has been expanding over this last year, I'd say.
You girls got culture.
I know. But basically, I've got into jazz a little bit actually. Who would have thought? But
literally everyone, if we're honest, like
Really?
it's no surprise that you're into something like jazz.
Yeah, she's just got an awesome voice, and yeah, her music is actually quite like upbeat and like happy, which I don't know. I think sometimes I get into a tendency of just listening to very moody people sing. Not always because I'm in a mood, but just seems to be the music I like. But Ella, it's just happy and light, and she's got a beautiful voice.
What more could you want?
What more could you want?
Shall we go for a books?
Okay, yes. Why don't you start us off? You're more of an avid reader than I am.
So, one of my favourite books is Cider with Rosie. Ooh. Have you read it?
Is there a film?
I don't know.
Maybe. I've heard of it, definitely.
It's Laurie Lee's autobiography. And usually you think autobiographies are kind of like, nah. But this one is so good. Like, he's just got such an interesting writing style that literally until halfway through, I didn't realise it was his autobiography. I just thought it was a story.
Interesting.
And it talks about growing up. He has a lot of sisters and, it's his family life. He's sort of raised...
Presumably there's a character called Rosie.
Eventually. It's funny... it's not really a spoiler. Yeah, it's kind of a spoiler. I won't mention it. So read the book. He's like, kind of raised singly by his mum, and it's just about different people in his village, and like really just like everyday events and memories and that kind of thing. But like just his writing style it's so like interesting, and I love it.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, what did I put down? I put The 100-Year-Old Man Who Climbed Out a Window and Disappeared.
I need to read this.
Just generally, one of my favourite authors is Jonasson. No, I don't know if that's a fake name, but it's a great name.
Is he one of the Jonas brothers?
No!
Carry on.
Unless it's one of the Jonas brothers under a
pseudonym. That'd be amazing.
Oh gosh. No, I'm pretty sure it's not.
No, it's
not. Basically, it's about this character, Alan Carlson, who back in his heyday was a nuclear weapons expert.
Interesting.
And he's having his 100th birthday at the retirement home where he lives, and he is really bored of being in a retirement home and being,
spoiler
his
alert,
age.
I imagine he climbs out a window.
He, in fact, climbs out the window on his 100th birthday, and he gets into this crazy, ridiculous adventure, which I don't want to spoil, but, there is multiple, deaths,
Ooh.
accidents, people that he meets along the way, money, enemies, chases, it's great.
Wow, really?
Yeah, it's intense. But also, meanwhile, it flashes back to his life during the war, and how he became a nuclear weapons expert, and how he sort of tended to annoy the people he worked with. But he's a hilarious character. This author, Jonasson, great writer, and there is now a sequel out.
Yeah.
So it's the further adventures of the 100-Year-Old Man.
Oh, sure.
And that is great as well.
Also, there's something about he's written another book about the Swedish...
The Girl Who Saved the King of Sweden. Again, it's these stories which are like...
Are they just like really wacky?
They're crazy. They're like based in proper like historical or like factual information. But obviously the entire story is fictional. But it's done in a way that you almost believe it, even though it's so outrageous. That, yeah. So yeah, it's great. Can he recommend it?
Can he recommend it anymore?
Yeah.
That was awful.
Oh god.
I think the next one should be our last recommendation.
I think so. I think we don't want to overdo it.
It's a good one!
Okay, what is it?
TV shows!
Oh!
We love a little bit of Netflix.
Well, I feel like I have to just start with this one. Friends.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. If you don't know Friends, where have you been?
Yeah.
It's great. It's about some friends who live together in New York and go through like
it's just so funny
life together.
And what I'd say is, if you're like, I don't like Friends, not that I think you're a terrible person. If you don't like Friends, chances are you've probably watched 1 or 2 episodes. Like, you don't know the characters, so you've just got to like watch a little bit more, and it's just so good.
But also,
I love it.
Don't friend shame us. The fact that we like Friends, you know.
Love it.
You're no better than us because you don't like Friends. But also, we're no better than you because we like Friends.
Yeah, literally.
But it's a cult classic. It's great.
Love it.
And it's popular for a reason.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, my next one is The Crown.
Oh,
have you watched
she went
it?
There. Yes. Yes.
Oh, that was. I felt the power.
Oh yeah.
Yes. I love The Crown. Funnily enough, it's about the crown and like the royal family and Queen Elizabeth. No, not Queen. Yeah, Queen Elizabeth. I was like, oh no, I made a mistake. Yeah, it's so good because it's very like relaxing to watch because it's just like, oh, Philip. But like it's like
that's great.
It's kind of all the like scandals and stuff inside the royal family and like the supposed scandals. It's obviously not. It is factual. It's actually very accurate.
Yeah, I think they interviewed like the royal family.
Oh really?
Like the actors got to meet some of the royal family.
Wow.
And they had lots of like speech training so that they could sound as like
accurate
the royal family as possible.
So it is very accurate, but obviously it's a little bit dramatized. But that's what makes it good. It's just so good. And what's great is it's a great time to start watching it because season 3 is about to come out.
Yeah.
And obviously because in season 3 they age, they've got new actors.
I know. I mean, I don't know how I feel about this, but I think as long as the actors do a convincing job at like showing that it's a progression, that they've aged and matured.
I reckon they will. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's just getting used to it, sort of thing. You know who I'm very excited for? So Margaret is kind of like portrayed as the sort of rebellious and kind of like conflicted sister. Who's like a bit more mischievous and that kind of thing. And the actress who's taking over her is what's her name? I don't know, but she's she played Bellatrix in Harry Potter, and I just think she's amazing. So.
Yeah, I do think she's an amazing actress. So can't wait to see what she does with the role.
Oh, another one, so good. It's called like Mrs. Fisher's Murders.
Oh, I have heard of that.
I think it's Miss Fisher's Murders, and I watched it with Mum and Dad, and it's so good. It's like this 1920s Australian murder mysteries with this like. This amazing lady who's like so stylish and like she'll literally turn up to a murder scene and in like full like 1920s glam. It's amazing. I love it. And she's so cool and yeah that was a very good run, but I don't think that's very well known.
I've heard
have
of
you
it.
heard of
I
it?
feel like it might be is it on the BBC? Or
I don't know. I've only watched it on Netflix, but it could well be.
Okay. I'm not sure. I think some people might have heard of it.
Yeah, I imagine
But
so.
yeah. So I'll leave us with another TV show recommend. Would be Gilmore Girls.
Oh yeah, you've recommended that to me actually.
Yes.
Yes, I have.
Yes, I have. So it's basically about this mother-daughter relationship. Well, I'd say it's like mother-daughter and also grandmother to an extent, but it's basically Lorelai Gilmore. She gets pregnant at like 16, and she has her daughter, and like in the sort of chaos at the hospital, she ends up just calling her. She calls her daughter Lorelai Gilmore because she thought it'd be funny because it's like, oh, men can do like, you know, junior. Why can't I do that? So so it ends up being Lorelai and Rory, and basically how then Lorelai's mum, Rory's grandmother, comes back.
Hey, so what's the girl called?
Rory, but she's technically called like Lorelai as well.
Got it.
But they call her Rory because that would get really confusing. I think
I am confused.
So the mum is Lorelai, and then the daughter is Rory, and then the grandmother ends up paying for Rory to go to a private school, but the condition is that they start going to family dinners, and so basically the two like Rory by this point is like 16, but like the two worlds collide, her like grandma's high society life and like private school life, and then the sort of more just like, I don't know, middle working class background that her mum's like brought her up on. So and then also you get the dynamic between Lorelai and her mum and having been estranged for so many years. So it's just like a family kind of drama.
Yeah.
But it's really good.
It's quite funny. Is it supposed to be like a bit of a comedy?
It's very funny. Like the characters are very witty and it's like quite fast humour. But it's also, you know, very like emotionally compelling. And
love it.
We love it.
Cool. That probably wraps it up.
Yeah.
We've literally got to go out in...
We're going to run out the door.
4 minutes.
Love that. But yeah, I think my painting's coming on well. You can tell
it's upside down.
It's upside down for you guys. I'll turn it back around. Yeah, you can tell that it's starting to look like iris, I'd say.
Mine, I mean, it looks like lemons.
It does look like lemons.
I guess I've succeeded. I'm thinking of... So at the moment, for those not watching, my lemons and flowers and leaves literally just go straight down the page, just the way I've painted it. So I'm thinking of keeping it kind of like that.
Yeah.
And just doing a couple of edge... It's quite like a free style.
Yeah.
So just to finish
I
off.
don't really know how this is going to go. At the moment, it's looking quite kind of block colour.
It's looking quite like pop arty.
Yeah. Which probably suits her character. But I'll just see where I roll with it.
Yeah.
And you will see a final photo at some point on our Instagram.
Yeah.
At the SketchPad Pod.
Yeah, we're posting a lot more like on there now, so it is worth following.
Yes.
Cool. Right. Thank you very much for listening.
Bye-bye.
Toodles. We'll see you next week.
See you next week.
Bye-bye.
Ooh. She did it. We did it.
I can't reach.
Oh no.